Can you hear me now? Testing, testing. Okay, great, great, great. I think there's some issue with my settings on my mic. So welcome to our live session. Please share the live with anyone that you know is going to write CSEC math this year. The person could be in Form 4, Form 5, it could be an adult learner, it doesn't matter. Once they're going to write CSEC math this year, you should share this live session with them. Today we're going to be engaged. We're going to be looking at number theory, computation, as well as consumer arithmetic, and we'll be looking at multiple choice questions, paper 1 questions. So for today, you will not be in need of your calculator because, as you know, for the paper 1 portion of the exam, no calculators will be allowed. Okay, so all you need for today's game, all you need is a paper, pen, or pencil for you to do a bit of working. Okay, and again, put on your thinking caps. Okay, so go ahead and share this live session. Today our theme is Rep Your Flag. Okay, so I expect you all to be repping a different country, representing your country. For me today, I'm repping every Caribbean country today. Okay, but I know that everyone here, you're from a particular country, so you'll be repping your country. Okay, so go ahead and share the live. I'll begin the game soon. Go ahead and share the live session with anyone that you know is writing the CSEC math exam. You can't hear me? Journey, I thought you said that you can hear. Journey, can you hear what I'm saying? Can you hear me? Okay, so Reshanik, you probably need to check the settings on your device if you can't hear. Okay, so great. All right, great. Okay, so for those of you who do not know me, if anybody joining here who doesn't know me, my name is Miss George, and I'm the owner of and founder of Jumpstart Institute. Okay, feel free to visit our website at www.jumpstartinstitute.com. Okay, on here you'll get a bit of more information. You'll get a bit of more information about Jumpstart Institute. Okay, we offer not only online classes, but we also offer digital study guides, math digital study guides for various levels from grade 5 all the way up to 5th form. Okay, so we do have that available. You can purchase the guide from the website. However, in order for you to join our online tutoring sessions, you will have to send me a direct WhatsApp message to 1264 581-9957. I will put that in the chat. Okay, 1264 581-9957. Once you send me a direct message, then we will discuss and determine which class would suit you and the details for you to join. Okay, we'll begin in a few minutes. Hi, Jabari. This session is for students in Form 5 who are going to write the CSEC math exam, but you are free to join. You can join this session because we are looking actually at number concepts, we are looking at computation, and we are looking at consumer arithmetic. So at your grade level, Jabari, it's okay for you to play this game. However, if you know anyone who is going to write the CSEC math exam here at Jumpstart Institute Live, this is the place that it should be. You're going to join with me up until May when we write our CSEC math exam. Here we are going to be engaged. We're going to get explanation. We're going to practice. And all of the questions that we're going to be looking at today, it's past paper questions. So there's a very high chance that you may see some similar questions on the exam, or probably even the same question. Hi, Amanda. Good afternoon and welcome, welcome, welcome. If you do not know who I am Miss George, the owner of Jumpstart Institute. Okay, so you can go ahead and share the live so that we can begin the math gamified session. Okay, you don't want to keep this to yourself. You want to share this with your friends that you know who's going to write the exam. Okay, let me see here. Someone is asking me for the link on my phone, so I'm just going to share that with them. I'm going to share that with them right here. Okay, so guys, go ahead. You can just share the link. You can just share the live link with them for them to join the game. Okay, I'm not going to keep you all waiting any longer. Okay, so we are going to begin the session. Oh, before you begin, please subscribe to my channel. If you have not subscribed as yet, please subscribe to the channel. Click that subscribe button. Also, today, I am originally from Dominica, but I live here in Anguilla, and today I am repping every flag. Every flag I'm repping today. So please type in the chat which country you're representing today. Which country are you representing today? Because when you get onto the game, I want you to put your name. You could put your actual name, or you could put a nickname if you like. That's okay. But also, I want you to put the name of the country as well. So I will know, okay, if let's say you're from St. Lucia, I will know, okay, St. Lucia is the one that's to the top. So please drop in the chat the name of the country where you're from, the name of the country that you are repping today. Which Caribbean country are you representing today? Okay, I'm not seeing anyone typing in the chat. I'm not sure. Okay, so Melissa says Dominica. So Dominica is here, land of many rivers. Melissa is representing Dominica. Okay, who else is here? I know it's not just Dominica that's on the live. Who else is on the live? I know it's not just Dominica being represented here. Don't be shy, type where you're from. Okay, Jamaica. Alana is from Jamaica, representing Jamaica. Very beautiful country. I was there on vacation last year or the year before. I love, love, love Jamaica. St. Kitts. I am very close to St. Kitts. That's on my to-do list. Okay, Zach. Zach is representing St. Kitts. Okay, so we have all of these countries here. Jabari, for some reason, is not typing where he's from, but I know he's from St. Lucia, so he will be representing St. Lucia as well. So I'd like you all to go to www.kahoot.it, and I'm going to give you all the game code for you all to sign in. In the meantime, If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. If you have not clicked that subscribe button, please do so. Okay, the game is loading. And I will be giving you all the game code for you all to enter. For those of you who are playing the game for the first time, even if you, for some reason, you got the answer incorrect, know that you're the only one who can see that you made a mistake, okay? I can see from my end, but no one else will know. So don't feel discouraged if you feel like you have made a mistake and everyone is going to see no. You're the only one who knows that you have made a mistake if you make a mistake, you got any answer incorrect. Okay, so the game code is 6427920. 6427920. Okay, so go ahead and, as I said, put the name of the country as well where you're from. You can put an abbreviation, that's okay, so that I can tell which countries are in the lead today. Okay, and again, you don't need to put your actual name either. So the game code is 6427920. I'm going to type that in the chat. So you go to www.kahoot.it and then you enter the game code 6427920. After you have clicked www.kahoot.it, then you enter that. Okay, GK here is from Dominica. Great, that's my country where I'm from. I miss Dominica. But I am repping every country today, okay? I am repping every country today. I'm pinning the message with the code. Okay, so it's to the top of the chat, 6427920. Again, when you're putting in, okay, so some persons I see you've joined here, but you did not put the name of your country. Okay, Zach, I know you're representing St. Kitts, but I was saying when you type in your name to just put in the name of your country so that I know where you're from. Okay, so GK, I know you said Dominica, so that we know which country is in the lead, because today the topic, basically, we are repping our flags today. So if you want, you could just drop and put in your name again and just put the name of the country where you're from, so that we know which country that you are representing today. Okay, so I see Anguilla here, AXAA Anguilla. Okay, let me see how many persons on the live so I know when to begin. Okay, so we have 9 persons here. Go ahead and share the live, share the session, okay, so that anyone who is writing the CSEC math exam today, is writing a CSEC math exam, in May, can join us and get some practice in preparation for the exam. Okay, if you're just joining in, you should go to www.kahoot.it. The message is pinned to the top of the chat area. The game code is 6427920. Go to www.kahoot.it. You'll see the link in the chat and enter the game code 6427920. Put in your name, put the name of your country, because we're repping different flags today. We are repping different flags today. Okay, so we have 6 persons here. Okay, so St. Kitts, Anguilla, a lot of Anguilla is here, and I know GK said he's from Dominica. Okay, so 7 persons. Okay, so three more persons here. You'll have not joined. Okay, I'm just gonna give you all 1 more minute, and then I'm giving you all 1 more minute, and then I'm gonna start the game. Okay, Jadante says representing Dominica. Jadante, if you have signed in, you should also put your the name of your country. Okay, Jali, I'm not sure if you're not sure what to do, but you should go to www.kahoot.it. and you should put in the game code 6427920 in order for you to join the game. Okay, I'm not going to keep you all waiting any longer. We are going to begin. Those of you all coming in, you can also join while the game is going on. That's okay. So we're going to start, and I'm going to click that start button right now. May the best person win. I shouldn't say best person because we're all great, okay? And it's okay to make an error. That's how we learn. We learn through our mistakes. What is the value of the digit 2 in the number 48.621? What is the value of the digit 2 in the number 48.621? Okay, so in this case, you need to look at the position of the digits in the number. You need to look at the place that the digit is in to know the value of that digit. Depending on the place that the digit is in, it's going to affect the value of that digit. So our number here is 48.621. What is the value of the digit 2? Okay, for the CSEC math exam, you have approximately a minute and a half for you to do your multiple choice questions. And this is the timer that I have on every question here today, 1 minute and a half. Okay, so you should not be in the exam room 5 minutes on one question. Okay, maybe one question might take you. Okay, great majority of you all got that correct. So the answer was 2 over 100. Okay, so our number here was 48.621. Okay, if we were to write this number in our place value chart, we would see here that the digit 4, okay, is in the tens place. The digit 8 is in the ones place. The digit 6, however, is in the tenths place. And we had our digit 2 in the hundredths place. Okay, the values of the digits that comes to the right side of the decimal point, these represent what we call decimal fractions. This number here, 48, that's to the left side of the decimal point, represents our whole number. Okay, so because the 2 was in the hundredths place, the value of the digit 2 was 2 hundredths. Okay, or 2 over 100. If we had to look at the digit 1, which is in the thousandths place, the value of the digit 1 would be 1 over 1,000. Again, that would be a fraction because it's on the right side of the decimal point. That would be 1 over 1,000. Okay, so keep that in mind while we move on to our next question. You all are doing great. Let me give you some confetti here. Okay, so I see AXAJ here is to the top and PCAXA. Jamaica, I see you here as well. Okay, what is the value of the digit 3 in the number 21.37? What is the value of the digit 3? Again, you need to look at the place that the digit is in order to know the value of that digit. Again, the digits to the right side of the decimal point represents decimal fractions. Okay, that represents decimal fractions, and we are looking at the digit 3. Our number is 21.37. Now, you'll also find that in the exam room that some questions, you are able to finish it much faster than the others. So probably one question, it might take a minute for you to solve, for you to answer, whereas probably another question, it might end up taking 2 minutes in order for you to solve. Like a question like this shouldn't take you a lot of time. Okay, excellent, excellent. So everyone got this question correct. So this means if you see this question in the exam room, you should be able to get this question correct. So as I said, the number was 21.37. The 3 was in the 10th place. Therefore, it is a fraction, not a whole number. So that's 3/10. Okay, 3 over 10. Okay, we are doing great. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, PCX, I see you fly up to the top here. Mel from Dominica is also on the board. So only the top 5 will show. So here we have 0.45 written as a common fraction. But the question says in its simplest term. So when you change 0.45 to a fraction, again, look at the place value of these digits. Once you have changed it to a fraction, you then need to simplify it. Okay, so 0.45, you need to change that to a fraction, and then you simplify. Okay. Okay, Amanda is saying the time limit is too long. Yes, as I said, Amanda, some questions you will be able to answer faster on the exam than others, whereas some will take you a bit more. Okay, so it's a minute and a half for each of them. Okay, and some persons may answer faster than the others. Okay, so 0.45, change 0.45 to a fraction. After you have changed it to a fraction, then you need to simplify it. Okay, so the number here is 0.45. The number here is 0.45. So let's see here. Okay, excellent. So everybody got that correct. Could somebody type in the chat for me 0.45 as a fraction? How would we write 0.45 as a fraction? How would we write 0.45 as a fraction? Could someone type that in the chat for me, please? 0.45 as a fraction. Okay, so 0.45, right, 45 over 100. That's right, Jadanti. So 0.45 as a fraction, that's 45 over 100. Okay, and all you have to do to simplify it is divide it by a common factor. Okay, so you divide that by 5. 100 divided by 5, that would be 25. And 45 divided by 5, that would be 9. So that's how we got, 100 divided by 5, that's 20. 20. Okay, so that will be 9 on 20. You are correct. 9 on 20. Excellent. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. Okay, so Zach, I see Zach is working hard here to get to the top, and Sniley is here. Mel from Dominica is also working very hard. So here we have another very similar question. So you should answer this question much faster. 0.12 as a fraction in its simplest term or in its lowest term. So again, you want to change 0.12 to a fraction, and then you want to divide that by a common factor. You want to simplify it. Write 0.12 as a fraction. Once you have written it as a fraction, you then want to divide it by a common factor. Okay, and you have to, now even for the CSEC exam, sometimes they may ask you to change the decimal to a fraction, and they may not tell you to give them the answer in the simplest form. Okay, so sometimes you might be looking at the options and you're like, okay, but I'm not seeing the answer. Okay, but you have to take in mind that writing it in its simplest form is basically writing an equivalent fraction to it. Okay, so there are cases where they may not tell you to simplify it, but the options that are given to you, it is obvious that it is simplified, so you should choose. Keep that in mind, that you can also simplify when you're giving your answer. Okay, so we have 2 persons who got this incorrect, and 8 of you all out of the 10 got this correct. That's excellent. So 0.12 as a fraction, that will be 12 on 100. Okay, and the common factor here, let me write this quickly. Okay, so 0.12, writing this as a fraction because the last digit is in the hundredths place. We place the 12 over 100, and the common factor here would be 4. Okay, so 4 into 100, that goes 25 times. Okay, and 4 into 12, or how many groups of 12? 4 do we have in 12? And that would be 3. So the answer was 3 on 25. Okay, excellent. You all are doing great. Next question. Let's see here. I see, listen, Snidey is working hard from Jamaica here to get to the top. I can see that. Okay, so now we are looking at rounding numbers or approximation. The number 3.14063 written correct to 3 decimal places. Decimal places refers to the digits after the decimal point. Only the digits after the decimal point. So your focus should be on the digits after the decimal points. Okay? And question said to the 3rd decimal place or 3 decimal places. 3.14063 written to 3 decimal places. Your focus, you should start by focusing on the digits after the decimal points. Focus on the digits after the decimal points. Okay, 3.14063 rounded to 3 decimal places. 3 decimal places. Okay, excellent, excellent, excellent. So 3.14063, again, it says decimal places, so you focus on the digits after the decimal point. So this is our 1st decimal place, 2nd, 3rd. So we stop right here. However, you need to look at the digit that comes after this last place. So because the digit that comes after is greater than 5, you had to round up. This is why the answer was 3.141. The 0 rounded up to the digit 1. Okay, so I see AXAJ is back to the top again. You all are doing great. You all are doing great. Next question. So you all should get this answer correct very quickly. It's very similar to the previous one, but this time we are looking at 2 decimal places. I want to mention as well that if the digit that comes after is less than 5, then you should not round up. You should leave the last digit the same. However, if it is 5 or greater than 5, that's when you round up. Okay, for this question, once I get to 30 seconds, I'm going to go ahead because with the previous one was very similar. So I would expect you all to get this much faster because I just did the explanation. So I'm not going to wait for the whole minute and a half. Once we get to 30 seconds, I'm going to move on. Okay, so again, we are focused on 2 decimal places. Okay, excellent. So majority of you all got this correct. So the 2nd decimal place was the digit 4. And because the digit 3 is less than 5, the digit 4 remains the same. That's why the answer is 23.24. Okay, PCAXA Anguilla is at the top here. Mel is on the screen. Okay, you all are doing great, doing great. What percentage of 50 is 10? Remember, you're in the exam room, you have no calculator. So please do not use your calculator. You have to calculate this without the calculator. And I will show you how to do this mentally. They're asking you, what percentage of 50 would 10 represent? What percentage of 50 would 10 represent? Would that be 5%? Is 5% of 50 equal to 10? Would 20% of 50 equal to 10? Or would 32% of 50 equal to 10? Okay, so let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, so you're in the exam room, you have no calculator and you're trying to calculate percentage. How can you quickly do that? Listen, and you're going to use this even when you're doing your consumer arithmetic question. Okay, to calculate 10% of any number, it's very easy. And once you can calculate 10%, you can calculate 20 and you can calculate 5. You can even calculate 1. So let's say, for example, I have the number 60, right? And I want to calculate 10% of 60. All you do is you take the decimal point, which is right after the digit 0, and you bring that decimal point 1 space back. Okay? You bring that decimal point 1 space back. So 10% of 60 would be 6. Okay? Now if 10% of 60 is equal to 6, how much would 20% of 60 represent? If 10% represents 6, let's say this is money. I'm going to put a dollar sign here. So 10% of $60 is $6 because I carried the decimal point back 1 space. How much would 20% represent? You all can type that in the chat. If 10% of 60, right, you simply double it. Why? Because 20% is double what's 10%. So if 10% is $6, double that would be $12. Now I'm going to ask you all, how much would 5% be? If 10% is $6, how much, if 10% of $60 is $6, how much would 5% of $60 be? $3. Excellent. All you do is you get half of the 10% because half of 10% is $5. So any number you have, to get 10% of that number, you simply carry that decimal point back. So even if, for example, you have the number 230 and you are in the exam room and you're trying to calculate what's 10% of that. Let's say they ask you for 5% of that, or they ask you for 20%. Just calculate 10. Once you have 10, to get 20, you double. To get 5%, you simply get half of that. So 10% of 230, you carry the decimal point back. That would equal to $23. Let me show you all on the calculator because I'm doing this and I'm not showing you all. I'm just showing you all on the calculator here. So on my screen here, 10% of 230. Okay, so 10%, that will be 10 divided by 100. Okay, multiply that by 230. It's 23. But you don't need the calculator because you're in the exam room, no calculator. You don't need the calculator to calculate 10% of a number. Okay, so you simply carry that decimal point back. So if 10% of 230 is equal to 23, what would 20% of 230 be equal to? How much would 20% be equal to? If 10% of 230 is 23, how much would 20% be equal to? You can type your answer in the chat. How much would 20% be equal to? 46. That's correct. Now my question to you all now is, how much would 5% be equal to? How much would 5% be equal to? Now, this is where now decomposition of numbers take place. You have 23. You want to break up that 23 into 20 and 3. Okay, and you want to get half of that because you know 5% is half of your 10%. Remember, you do not have a calculator and you're working quick. 23, that's 20 and 3. Half of 20, 23, half of 20, that would be 10. Half of 3, that would be 1.5. 10 plus 1.5, 11.5. Zach, you are correct. Okay, so keep that in mind. To get 10%, just carry the decimal point back. To get 20%, double that. To get 5%, just get half of that. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're doing your exam and you will be quite fine. Okay, so let's get back to the game. The next question is very similar to the previous one and it was taken from CSEC past paper. What percentage of 40 is 8? If you know what 10% is, you should know what percentage that 8 represents. What percentage of 40 would 8 represent? I have looked at many past papers, in and out. Listen, once you can get 10%, you can get 20, you can get 5, you can even get 1%. And once you have 1%, you can get any percentage of that number without using a calculator. Okay? So go ahead and get that 10% and see what percentage that this 8 represents. See what percentage the 8 represents. Okay, once we get to 20, I'm not going to wait till the end. Once we get to 20, I'm going to go ahead. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Okay, so let's see here. So more persons got this correct, which is great. Excellent. So again, could someone tell me what's 10% of 40? What's 10% of 40? You're in the exam room. What's 10% of 40? They want to know, the question wanted to know what percentage of 40 8 represents. So 10% of 40 is 4. That's correct, Zach. 10% of 40 is 4. How did we get that? We just carried the decimal point 1 space back. Then the question asked us what percentage of 40 does 8 represent? And you're like, okay, if 10% represents 4, 8 is double 4, so therefore you should double your percentage. So GK, you are correct. That's 20%. Okay? So again, just focus on that 10% trick I showed you. Carry that decimal point back, and you will be quite fine. Okay, so we are moving on. You all are doing great. Excellent, excellent. Again, all of these questions are past paper questions from a number of different years. Zach's and Kit's is to the top now. Okay, we just have about 3 more questions. Again, this one you don't need any calculator once you know how to multiply decimals, once you know the rule of multiplying decimals. If 2.35 times 4.87 is equal to 11.4445, then what's the answer when we multiply 23.5 by 48.7? Listen, you're in the exam room. I'm telling you, you're doing multiple choice. You have no calculation to do for this question, and I'll show you all how once everyone submits their answer. There's no need to do any sort of calculation for this. Okay, so look at your options. Look at the question. It says 2.35. 2.35 multiplied by 4.87 is equal to 11.4445. Then what would 23.5 times 48.7 be equal to? One of these options. You do not need any sort of calculations once you know how to deal with. Okay, so I said majority of you all got correct. That's very good. So 2.35 multiplied by 4.87. That gives us 11.4445. Whenever we are multiplying decimals, whenever you are multiplying, and only when you are multiplying, once you get your answer, right? Once you get your answer, to know where to place that decimal point, you simply count the number of digits that comes after the decimal point in your question. So in 2.35, I have 2 digits after my decimal point. In 4.87, I have 2 digits after my decimal point. 2 plus 2, that gives me 4. So this means that in my answer, I should have how many digits after my decimal point? 4 digits. Okay, so now if you look at the question that we had before, The question then went on to ask you what's 23.5 multiplied by 48.7. Now, if you look at the digits in both questions, the digits did not change in the question. The only thing that changed in the question was the decimal point. So therefore, the digits in the answer would still be 114445. But the position of the decimal point will change, because when we count the number of digits in our question after the decimal point, we have 2 digits after the decimal point. Therefore, the decimal point should come right here. We should have only 2 digits after our decimal point in our question. Okay, so let's move on. We are moving on. The next question, you should get this in like 1 second because it's the same concept. It's the same concept. We are multiplying decimals, count the number of digits after the decimal point in your question. Listen, CSEC is not going to give you a question for multiple choice that you cannot handle without a calculator. So you have to know the different strategies for you to tackle these questions. Okay? So just count the number of digits, and this only happens because we are multiplying. This only happens because we are multiplying. This only happens because we are multiplying. So the digits in the question did not change. It is still 2, 3, and 5. And the second, it's still 4, 8, and 7. Okay, so the digits in the answer will not change. We're still going to count the number of digits that comes after the decimal point in the question, and then where to place your answer. Okay, I think you're not doing great. We only have 2 more seconds. Okay, majority of you all got this correct. So again, if you look at the question itself, 20, if you look at the first one, right, we only have 1 digit after the decimal point in our question. This is why in our answer here, we only had 1 digit after the decimal point. But in this part of the question, we have 1 digit here after the decimal point, 3 digits after the decimal point. So in total, we should have 4 digits after the decimal point in our answer. This is why the red one was correct. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 digits after the decimal points. Okay, we have just 2 more questions. So this one says, using the distributive property, simplify the following expression. So it's 49 multiplied by 7 plus 49 multiplied by 3. Okay, 49 multiplied by 7 plus 49 multiplied by 3. Okay. I'll give another hint. Factorize what is common in this expression. Factorize what is common in this expression. There is a number that's common in this expression. It appears more than once. Factorize it. So we have 49 times 7 plus 49 times 3. 49 times 7. Not 7, sorry. 49 times 17, sorry. 49 times 17 plus 49 times 3. There is a number that's common in this expression. My little hint to you is factorize it. Factor it out. Okay, so you have to look for what's common in the expression and place it outside. Okay, so only 2 persons got this correct. Let's go to our drawing board here. What number do you all see common in this expression? We have 49 times 7 plus 49 times 3. What number, which number is common in this expression? It appears more than once. Which number is common in the expression? Because that's what you have to look for. You can type it in the chat. Which number is common in the expression? 49 times 17 plus 49 times 3. The 49. So because this 49 is being multiplied, as you can see, we have 49 here, we have 49 here. The 49, only because it's being multiplied, here's what we are going to do. You can take this 49 and you can place this 49 outside of the brackets. And what do we have left inside? We have left inside 17 plus 3. 17 plus 3. And that would be 20. Okay, so therefore, whenever we have brackets, it actually means to multiply. So this is why the answer was 49 multiplied by 20. Once you place the 49 outside the brackets, what do you have left? You have left 17 plus 3. 17 plus 3, that's 20. So that's 49 multiplied by 20. Okay? Again, that's a past paper question. So the 49 was factorized outside. We had left 17 plus 3 inside. 17 plus 3, 20. That's the same as saying 49 times 20, because the 49 was being multiplied twice. Okay, let's see here. Before we move on to the next question, just to give you a little hint, which will help you all. Could you all type for me in the chat what's 7 squared? Could you all type in the chat for me what's 7 squared? 7 to the power of 2. Type the answer in the chat. I'm trying to help you all for the next question. Okay, Kiana says 49. That's correct. I would like you to also type in the chat for me what's negative 6 squared. What's negative 6 squared? Let me remove the brackets. I'm going to remove the brackets. What's negative 6 squared? Okay, Melissa, you're correct with the 49 for the previous question. But what's negative 6 squared? Okay, Zach says 36. Somebody says negative 30. Jilante says negative 36. Negative 6 squared means negative 6 multiplied by negative 6. I know 6 times 6 is 36. Whenever we multiply two negative numbers in mathematics, negative 6 multiplied by negative 6, your answer will be positive. Your answer will be positive. Okay, so GK, Zach, Kiana, MX Low, you all will correct. The answer is positive 36. Okay, I'm going to show you all on my calculator. I'm going to show you all on my calculator. 6 squared, all right, 6 squared, that would be positive 36. Now, whenever you're putting whenever you're putting that negative number in your calculator, place your negative numbers in brackets. So open bracket, negative 6, close bracket, squared. Negative 6 squared, that would be positive 36 and not negative. Because in mathematics, whenever we multiply two negative numbers, your answer will be positive. I always say only in math, two wrongs make a right. Only in math. Two negatives make a positive. So remember that. Moving on to the next question, it will assist you. Okay, so let's see here. Next question, we have AXA to the top. St. Kitts, AXA, Jamaica, and Dominica, GK. So let's see. Good luck to all of you all on the final question. Negative 3 squared plus negative 2 squared is equal to... That's a past paper question for CXA. I pulled everything out of the past papers. Just for you. Negative 3 squared plus negative 2 squared is equal to... Remember, only in math, 2 wrongs make a right. 2 negatives, when you multiply, your answer will be positive. So negative 3 squared, calculate that. Calculate what's negative 2 squared. You should not be using a calculator. If you're using a calculator, you're only cheating yourself, not me. Okay, so negative 3 squared, calculate that. Okay, excellent, excellent. So negative 3 squared, what's negative 3 squared? Could someone type that in the chat for me? What's negative 3 squared? What's negative 3 squared? Okay, negative 3 squared. And then we had, right, that's positive 9. And then negative 2 squared would have given us positive 4. So positive 9 plus positive 4, that would give us positive 13. So let's see who is to the top of our chart here, because we have just done the final question. I'm going to give everybody confetti. Remember, we are all winners here today. We are all winners. Okay. So on the podium today, we have third place, AXAJ. Second place, we have St. Kitts. Jay said he's, well, Anguilla. He said he's representing Anguilla, then St. Kitts. And in first place, we have P.C. AXA Anguilla. And then we also have K AXA and Mel Dominica also on the podium below, number 4 and number 5. I think you all did a very good job here today. Allow me to just send you all the link to the game. I am going to create a link right now as you all are here. And I'm going to share this link with you all so that you can actually play the game on your own time, at your own pace. Okay, that's what we here at Jumpstart Institute represent. Learning at your own time, at your own pace. So here's the link to the game. So you can just copy that link, place it somewhere on your computer or on your device, and you can go back to it. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe now. Subscribe to the channel. I will be back again. I will let you all know which date that I'll be back. If you want to get notification, well, yes, you're going to have to subscribe. You can also contact me at 1264-581-9957. If you are interested in any online classes, you can also visit our website for more information on that and about Jumpstart Institute. We also have available the best digital study guide for CSEC math. Everything is on there, all the videos to explain the different concepts, questions for you to practice, self-paced questions. It's automatically corrected. The videos are animated, child-friendly, student-friendly. For CSEC math, the videos will look something like this. The second one right here, the functions video right here. But go ahead, visit the website at www.jumpstartinstitute.com. Okay, and you can always reach out to me directly for more information about our
Therefore,
live
G of
sessions,
2/3
live
is equal to
classes
17
I'm going to put that in the chat.
Let's look at the next question. The next question requires that we calculate f squared of negative 2. To calculate
Okay,
this,
so we have come to the end of our session.
calculate
If you know
f
that you're going to work hard and you're going to get a 1 for CSEC
And then
math
we
in May, drop a
substitute
1
this
in the
result
chat. You have to
into the
believe in
function
yourself
again.
in order for
So
you to succeed in the
calculating f
exam.
of
Drop a
negative
1 in
2,
the
we have
chat
to
if you
take
know you're
negative
working
2
hard
and place
and
it
you're
into the f
practicing. You're working hard for you to pass that
we
CSEC
say
math in May. Drop a
3
1
open
in
brackets
the chat.
negative 2 because
As
we
a
are placing
teacher, I
negative
know
2
I
in the place
am
of x
working hard for my
minus
students
1.
to get a grade
3
1.
times negative 2, this gives us
As I
negative
said,
6
I will be back.
minus
Please
1.
share. You can share the live after. It will be saved.
Okay, negative
on the,
6 minus 1
on the
gives
channel.
us negative
Share the live
7.
with anyone that
So
you
we
know
are
is
now to
writing
calculate
the
what's
exam.
f
let them know about the digital study guide. It's available at
So again, we are going to take negative 7 and we are going to substitute it into the f of x function. Substituting again, we say 3, open bracket, negative 7, minus 1. 3 times negative 7 gives us negative 21.
I'm not getting paid to say this, but I must pick up Digicel. I must pick up Digicel because they did wonders for me with my internet. My internet is moving smoothly.
The next question requires that we calculate P
connecting me with the excellent internet provider right now, because my system was moving very slowly before. I can say I'm seeing a lot of improvement here, so thank you to Digicel for that.
To the power
I'm not being paid to say this, but
and any number raised to the power of 0 is equal to
okay, so I will see you all
Let's look at another
some other time pretty soon before the exam.
This
Enjoy the rest
requires
of the
that we
Sunday.
calculate f of g of x. Notice that we do not have any value. Hi JSI family, in this video we will be looking at questions involving functions.